David noticed this crude giant of a man, completely disrespecting God and all of God's people. Each morning, Goliath made a habit coming out, calling and mocking the men of Israel. And the men of Israel would hide behind the lines, fearing for their lives. And at this, Goliath laughed. And then one day, this skinny little kid comes to the front lines, and he's offended by what Goliath's saying. Apparently, David sees what no one else was able to see. He's able to see the power of God, ready to defeat the foe. So he steps forward, he picks up a few little rocks, and he's taken the rocks from the stream bed, loads the sling, and then he lets it fly straight for the forehead of Goliath. What do you see when your Goliath mocks you? What do you see when Goliath calls you to do battle every morning? What do? Do you make yourself a note to pick up a bottle before you head home just to calm your nerves a bit? Or before you go to the office, do you grab a couple extra donuts from Dunkin' Donut just for comfort food during the day? Or do you continue working at the same job, the job you hate, rather than striking out into a field where you've been called? Sometime, someplace, we have to see what David saw. God's able to do what I can't do by myself. But I'm never going to know that for sure until I step out in front of everyone, I face down Goliath, while he mocks me, while he points out my deficiencies. Until I give it my best shot, until I trust God to take that stone and guide it straight to its mark, I'm never going to know if God's able to do what I can't do myself. And until I find that out, I'm going to live in isolation. I'm going to live in confinement, just like the Israeli army did, while they waited for a warrior to step forward. Did you ever consider that you just might be the one that God's called to fight the battle? And all God's waiting for is for you to show up and suit up? You know, God, I believe you can do what I'm not able to do, but until I step forward and I depend on you, it's not going to happen. Goliath, I think you're going down today.